Good evening, learners. Today we are going to have a brief discussion about home trade. We had earlier said that home trade is trade that is conducted within the boundaries of the country. It is also known as domestic trade or local trade. It consists of retail and wholesale trade, meaning that the seller and the buyer are within the country. The retailers, the wholesalers that are involved in home trade are within the boundaries of the country. Retail trade is the selling of goods in smaller quantities, and the person or trader who sells goods in smaller quantities is called a retailer. The word retail means cut again. Let's move on now. We look at the functions of the retailer. Buying goods from wholesalers in bulk. This simply means that the retailer buys goods from the wholesalers that are packed in huge containers, in cartons, in boxes. They don't buy just one item, but they would buy a consignment of goods that they wish to take to their shop or to sell. Breaking the bulk. Breaking the bulk simply means that the goods that have been bought in huge quantities from the retailer are broken down or unpacked and put into smaller quantities to enable the customers or the consumer buy according to their needs. For example, instead of just buying one packet of sugar, the retailer would buy a case of sugar or cases of sugar, that is buying in bulk. When those goods reach their shop, they are going to open the case and remove individual packets of sugar and display them nicely on the shelves so that they are able to serve customers in smaller quantities. Number 3, offering a wide variety of goods. I was so happy one liner indicated to say that the retailers would buy from different wholesalers. From this wholesale, they may buy sugar. The other wholesale, they might buy lotion. The other wholesale, they may buy kitchenware or maybe household goods. When these goods are brought into their retail outlet or the shop, they will be displayed in designated shelves or special shelves according to their type. At the end of the day, in this one shop, there will be different types of goods, that is offering a wide variety of goods. Offering local supply. What this means is retailers, where they are located, they would offer the goods that are required by the people within their communities. For example, if a retail shop is located in a farming block or an area where there are so many farmers, the local supply in this particular retail shop would be the farming inputs. If it is located within an institution like a school or a college, the goods that will be found in this particular retail shop will be, for example, stationery, books, pens, to offer what the majority of the community require. That is offering a local supply. Offering credit facilities. It was well explained yesterday. I was very much impressed. This is a service that a retailer offers to the community or his or her customers that allows those that cannot pay immediately to pay in future. And not anyone, but those that are well known and those that it has been established that they are trusted. Number 6, pricing the goods. When you walk into a retail shop, remember the video clip that you watched last time, goods were displayed nicely on shelves, and then they had price tags. Now, putting those price on goods to show people the price at which those goods are sold is pricing the goods. The functions of the retailer are numerous. These are just some of the functions. Thank you very much. We can now move to the factors to consider before establishing a retail shop. The first factor is capital. Properly explained by some of you yesterday night. Capital is typically the money that goes into starting the business. Ordinarily, capital is money that goes into starting the business. However, capital is not only money. It includes other resources such as machinery, buildings, motor vehicles, to mention just a few. These resources, they form what is known as capital, as long as you would want to use them at the start of your business. Best location. By best location, we're trying to say that you cannot establish your shop or set up your shop in an area where there are no people to support your business. Best location, for example, can mean an area that has population to support your business, an area that is close to sources of supply, an area with good communication and transport networks. Adopt technologies. Number 3. This has come on board recently because you see times are dynamic. With improvement in technology, we need to adopt the technologies that can be used in transacting some business activities. For example, if you are in a location where you have other traders that are involved in mobile money transactions, you can adopt that technology to sell and buy. For example, through mobile money, Airtel Money, MTN Money, or even the bank technologies that are available in your locality. You can be accepting bank transfers that are conducted through banks to mobile service providers. All those technologies have to be adopted. Sources of supply. The sources of supply are those wholesalers that supply goods to you. So you should be in an area that has access to sources of supply. You cannot establish a shop where there are no sources of supply. There are no wholesalers. There's nowhere to order the goods. The sources of supply should be within reach. For example, if you are in Livingstone, for example, your source of supply would be maybe Lusaka. You can easily travel to Lusaka because you have good road networks. You don't have to leave your country if you're involved in home trade to go and order outside the country. That will no longer be home trade, but you should have sources of supply within your community or within your country where you can do your orders. And then we have competition. This factor has to be considered as well. So you need to carry out a research, for example, to determine the line of products that those that are already in business in that particular area are specializing in. If it is a similar line of product, establish how much they are selling to customers. So that when you are into that business, you are able to a particular area are specializing in. If it is a similar line of product, establish how much they are selling to customers. So that when you are into that business, you are able to compete favorably by maybe reducing the price so that you can attract more customers, or by maybe providing quality services to your customers. So all this has to be established. Thank you very much for paying attention. I believe and trust that you have grasped the concept now. Thank you. May the good Lord bless you all.